Hello. Today also I'll discuss you these four MCQ questions 59, 60, 61, 62 from CM Impact Guide. All course. See here. Before going to start this MCQ, I'll explain you some point. You just try to understand this. So first of all, you see one plane. So this is the plane. This plane we divide into four quadrants. So this is your x. This is your minus x. This is your y and this is your minus y. Now you see one thing, this plane we are dividing into four parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. This part is called first quadrant, yeah, and this is your second quadrant, and this part is your third quadrant, and this is your fourth quadrant. I'm writing in short form, quadrant, clear? Now here, this point of intersection by this axis, x and y, when they intersect each other at 90 degree, that is perpendicular, and this point is called origin. Clear? Origin. The point of intersection of this axis is called origin, and coordinates of this is what? 0. X is also 0, y is also 0. Now thing is that towards the right side we write all the positive number. This is 0, this is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Like towards left side of the 0 we write negative number -1, -2 and so on. Above 0 also we write positive number 1, 2, 3 and so on. And here we write negative number -1, -2, -3 and so on. Now if any point lies on this point, you see here, and this is pointing out here. So this distance 1, 2, that means this distance is 1, 2. That is this is your one point. This is called abscissa. This is called x. So that means this point is your 2. And this point, say this point, this distance here from this y-axis is your what? 3. So that means coordinates of this point is 2, 3. So this is your positive, this is your positive. So when you get both the point positive x and y, that lies in always first quadrant, and when you get first point positive negative, second point positive, there is negative, if you go up positive, then this is lies in second quadrant. This is negative, downwards also negative. So when you get negative both the points, then that is called your third quadrant, lies in third quadrant. And again when this is positive coming down, that is positive, negative, then that is lying in the what? Fourth quadrant. So whenever the points you get in this form, you can easily name out, you can in which quadrant the point lies or the coordinates lies. Now if any point which lies on the x-axis, that form always we write x0. That means say suppose one point is lying here, so this point 3, it is neither going up nor coming down, so that we can write it as 3, 0. So x we can write either positive or negative number, but y must be 0. That means that point always will lie on x-axis. So any point which is lying on x-axis, clear, that is always we write it in the form of x0. And if it lies on y-axis, we write it in the form of 0y. Say here one point is here lying on y-axis, so 0, 1, 2, that means 0, 2. So that means just according to this, just I am writing 0, 2. So if any point which lie on y-axis, we write it in this form. And the point which we name it as x, this is called abscissa. You know, this is called what? Abscissa. ABSCICISSA, abscissa. And the point which is y actually, that is your ordinate. Clear? We name it as ordinate. Remember ordinate, ORDINATE. Clear? Ordinate. So just you have to remember these points. Any point which lies on x-axis, that means this should be in the form of x0. Which lies on y-axis, this should be in the form of 0y. And the distance of any point from y-axis will be your ordinate. And this, because this distance, clear, from this y-axis is always y, ordinate from y-axis. Just remember from y-axis the y value, clear. And from x-axis, if we see the distance from this x-axis, clear, distance of this point from x-axis is y, clear. And distance of your this value, clear, from y-axis. So this distance, sorry, I said just opposite route, no. So this point, this point from y-axis is your x, that's opposite. So that means abscissa is the distance from the y-axis, and ordinate is the distance from the what, x-axis. So that way you can easily name out which is abscissa and which is ordinate. Abscissa is the distance from the y-axis, clear, and ordinate is the distance from the x-axis, just opposite, just remember that, clear. So this, if you understand this, you can answer anything in the coordinate geometry. Again, another point is I am mentioning distance formula. So your distance formula, distance we write under root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That I have discussed in the previous video also. So distance of any point, if you want to mention, clear, then we use this formula under root over x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 whole square, clear. But if you want to find out the distance of any point from the origin, say this is x, this is y, then that one we write x square plus y square. Distance of any point, clear, from the origin, say the point is your xy, then we write in this form, because these things we have to use while finding out the distance of any point from the origin, clear. Now the midpoint formula, just I'm writing midpoint formula. Suppose midpoint formula. So midpoint formula is your just x1, just I'm writing here x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. You have to remember this. So coordinate midpoint of any point, say suppose p xy, you have to find. So suppose here the middle point of this point is this one, and this one was symbolizing by p xy. Then this formula we have to use x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So midpoint formula is very, very important to find out the midpoint of any line, any line segments, clear. So this is very important formula. And another formula, just let me rub it so that I can discuss it nicely. So I think all of you have understood. Now I am writing the section formula, clear. So this is the formula, all we have to use it here. So you see, section formula is what? Now section formula, just I am writing for class 10 only. So when a line divides by a point internally, then we write x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, clear. And the value of y we write m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So that means when a line, suppose this is one line segment in a plane, I'm not writing the coordinates. So by any point it is dividing in the ratio, say m is to n, m1 is to n1, m2, clear. So that means this is your x1 y1 and this is your x2 y2, clear. Then by using this formula, coordinates of this point x and y we can find out, clear. So in some books it is written m and n, don't be confused. So sometimes it is written mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. So here m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. So I am considering the ratio is m is to m and m2. So that's why I am writing m1 by m2, clear. So this formula we have to use. But while finding the ratio, we sometimes we use, suppose if you divide both sides by m2, then we can write this one k x2 divided by x1 divided by k x plus 1. This is the value of x, clear. and y value we write, y value we write k y2 plus y1 divided by k plus 1. Clear? Where just I'm writing what is this k, where k is equal to your m1 by m2, m1 by m2. This ratio dividing by this, we sometimes write this formula. So when you use this formula to find out the ratio of any line segments, easily we can find it out. Clear? So only this much I'm just discussing now, because in order to attempt the answer for these questions you need this formula, so that's why I am discussing this formula. So another one, we have centroid. You know, the point of intersection of the medians of a triangle is called a centroid, and centroid of a triangle divides that line in the ratio 2:1. So suppose this is a triangle. Clear? The line which we draw from opposite vertex of a triangle join this one in the midpoint. Here also another line we are making from this vertex joining this side in this middle point, dividing equally to bisecting the side. And here also this joining from this line, this vertex, this line intersecting this sides equally, bisecting this sides. So this point of intersection is called centroid. Say this is xy. To find out this, coordinates of this point, centroid, suppose if this is x1, y1, clear? This is x2, y2, and this is x3, y3. Vertices of this triangle, we are writing these points. Then by centroid formula, just by centroid formula, we write x is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and y is equal to, we write y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So this formula you have to use to find out the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. So by centroid formula, the coordinates of centroid we write in this manner. Clear? Now let's see our questions. What would be the answer for these questions? Now our question number 59 I'm discussing. So in which quadrant does the point -3, 5 lie? You see, first one is negative going left, next one is positive going up. That means it is lying in second quadrant. So that way you can just answer. Just in the video I have shown negative, then goes up, positive. So that is lies in second quadrant. But if it is positive, 3 and 5 if you get, then we will say it lies in first quadrant. If you get 3 minus 5, that means 3 right side moving, coming down, then negative, lies in third quadrant. Clear? I'm just mentioning, if you get this point, this lies in second quadrant. If you get the point like this, -3, -5, then both are negative, then that one negative, so that one will lies in third quadrant. But if you get say this is positive, this is negative, positive, negative, then this one will lie in fourth quadrant. Clear? When if you get 3, 5, both are positive, then this one will lie in first quadrant. Remember that. Now, the distance of the point P34 from the origin is what you need. Just you know the formula. I say distance from the origin I have mentioned. You have to do square root of the this point under root over. So 3 square plus 4 square. Clear? 3 square you know 9 plus 4 square 16, that is 25, and square root of 25 you know 5. So that 5 unit would be the distance of the point from the origin. So where we get 5? Option number C. Now coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining the points x1, y1, x2, y2. So this is your x1, this is your y1, this is your x2, and this is your y2. Now midpoint formula I gave you what? X1 plus x2 divided by 2. Clear? So here this is -2. So if you write -2 plus, this is what? -6. So -6 divided by 2. So plus minus minus, we will get what? minus 2 minus 6 divided by 2. So minus 2 minus 6 will get minus 8 divided by 2. So minus 8 divided by 2 will get minus 4. So that means the value of x you are getting here minus 4. So minus 4 is present here and here. So either in B and D you might get the answer. Now let's see the number, this one for y value also you have to find out this. Your y1 is 8, y2 is minus 2. So you just, if you have to find out y2, say y is equal to, this is what actually 8 plus y1 minus 4, just minus 4 divided by 2. Now you see here plus 8 plus minus minus 4 divided by 2. So 8 minus 4, 4 divided by 2. So we are getting 4 divided by 2 is 2. Clear? So that means minus 4 and 2 you are getting the coordinates of the midpoint. That means option number B. Clear? Minus 4 and 2. Clear? So these three we have finished. So one more left. Coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining the points, this one, this one, this one from the origin. So that is origin a plus 0 will get a divided by 2, that is a by 2. So in only one option it is present, that is a by 2. So that means this would be the answer. So b plus 0 b divided by 2. So I can say option number C is your correct answer. Clear? So just midpoint formula you know, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So a plus 0 will get a divided by 2. Clear? B plus 0 b divided by 2. That's all finished. So I'm just leaving it up to this one 62. And in the next video I'll show you some other questions. Clear? So but before attempting these questions you must have the knowledge about this coordinate geometry, then easily you can answer. But I'm discussing only the formula directly so that you can easily answer. Clear? I'm not deducting the formula, just formula we are using it here in this MCQ question just in order to attend these questions. Clear? So another formula is there for coordinate geometry, area of triangle. I didn't mention it here. So maybe in the next video I might show you that one. You just go on following my video so that you can learn it properly. Okay? So I'm leaving up to this much today. Okay?